Falling well within the realm of half-ton towability despite its extra interior height and that big super slide at 6,310 pounds. The Catalina 263 BHS making landfall here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. This is basically the juiced up version of the 271 Summit Catalina. So if you like what you see but you don't need all the jazz and razzle dazzle and you want to keep it budget friendly, take a look at that 271. If you like the jazz and the old razzle dazzle, continue watching this here 263. And they mounted the door to the bathroom correctly so that with the slide closed, it can still open and you can still get in there. You see that you can swing through here. You can get past the dining and the kitchen, or well, the countertop, rather. You can get up to your pantry, your sink, your fridge, all that stuff. But unless you're the stretchy guy from the Fantastic Four, you're not gonna squeeze through there. Because they noticed that too, and they included a second door for us here straight to the bedroom. Now this has a deadbolt, so I know a lot of people are like, I don't like doors into my bedroom. Leave it deadbolted. Ain't nobody gonna get in it that way, but the fact is you need to get in here and get to all the storage space so you can do all of it without ever touching the slide. Now there are several different manufacturers who build floor plans like this, similar to this, or the 271. It's a very common layout. It's a great layout, you know. It gives you a ton of sleeping, ton of storage, great entertainment arrangement. It does a lot of good things. But what I like is how they all bring their unique kind of spin to it. And that's why we carry so many brands here at Haylett RV, to help you really zero in on the one that works exactly right for you. Now, obviously, that light, bright color palette in here, it makes us look and feel very, like, you know, calming, very welcoming. It's one of the things I love about these Catalinas. But they are also 6'9" tall inside versus 6.5. Now, that's a quality shared with a J-Flight and a full Wildwood, but you'll find it across the board here on these Catalinas. You find that you can upgrade these to a 15,000 BTU air conditioner as well, which with a little extra height and whatnot, I don't think anyone's ever going to regret that extra cooling power. They're also very good, like their lighting is placed erratically around the ceiling, but it's because they place the lights where they need them. So they have plenty of lighting. It's very well lit in here without costing extra money for excessive unused or, you know, non-beneficial lights. The entertainment arrangement in this is also fantastic. So think about the arrangement of this RV. I'm standing at the rear entry door by the camp kitchen and bunks and bathroom. If this were flip-flopped the other way, then anytime somebody wanted to get in and get to the fridge, they would have to go past the person who might be watching TV from the entertainment center right there. And I get that not everybody goes camping to watch TV, but that's why we carry different campers. If you don't want the TV, look at the 271 BHS Catalina. Basically, same kind of thing, just flip-flop the other way and no TV because it's a Summit versus a Legacy. That's one of the differences here that you get in a Legacy is a standard TV. But if you are entertainment focused, this is a better layout. What's also kind of cool is you have sort of like a cinema style sofa here. You can see with that little folding armrest, you got, you know, your own little cup holders, your own little seats, plus there is flip up storage below that. And both the sofa and this true U 7-foot dinette can fold down into sleeping spaces. You probably won't use the sofa like that very much, but if you do, this big dinette, I mean, it's even adult sized and it's about 44 inches deep or so. And again, storage below both, you see the access doors right there. The TV is also pivot mounted and it can face directly at that sofa, although even in its current position, I think it's, I mean, that ain't bad. Down below, we have our Bluetooth DVD player and electric space heating fireplace, which is an optional piece of equipment we like to add to these to give us some bonus heat without burning up our propane. What is also pretty cool is you can use that as a heatless LED light, though, so it just looks cool without burning you out of the camper. Also optional is that larger 10.7 cubic foot 12 volt compressor fridge that you're finding just all over the place in the RV industry. You know, Furrion, Everchill, there's several different manufacturers that make pretty much the same thing and they all work pretty much the same way. They're fantastic. I like them. If you're not familiar with them, they have a very low power draw, only draws 3 amps, which is like next to nothing. So if you use any sort of portable solar system that gives 9 or 10 amps, obviously you have plenty of it left to keep the lights and the fans running. Now a nice touch, and it's, Catalina's so good at these touches, you can tell it's made by somebody that goes camping. They have a shutoff switch for that 12 volt fridge right next to it in a place that makes a whole lot of sense. So, a lot of brands have a kill switch for their fridges, but it's not always as obvious where they're included. Another thing this RV does very well, which frankly Coachman's just good at in general, storage. There's a little pocket there under the fireplace. If you didn't have the fireplace, there'd be a little bit bigger pocket above it, but I don't know. I think it classes it up in here very nicely. A great pantry space here, and it is deep, buddy. But it's also, it's not like what I call a toothpick pantry. Like as I get closer, it's like it feels like it just keeps getting wider, you know? You can put a ton of stuff in this thing. Now, from here, as I turn you around, baby, right round, you see that under the sink they have a shelf there to give you a space for like pots, pans, baking sheets, whatever, or, you know, dish soaps. But we've also got plywood drawers to the floor. And the bottom drawer is a little bit larger than the other two. Let me get to a spot where we can take a better look at that. And the top drawer is segmented for silverware. But what's nice is you have, like you're saying, well, there's no wastebasket space under the sink. That's because it's right over here by the door for quick and easy access. Or you could throw shelves in there and have more shelf storage space. Now, there's several RV brands that have adopted the sealed edge countertops throughout the RV, like not just here in the kitchen, but in the, you know, the bathroom and the dining table, everywhere. Catalina was among the first. Coachman was, I think, the first brand that used those like a long time ago. I see old Chaparrals come in on trade with these type of counters. And you can see that below those flush sink covers, you have that big farm sink in there too. Easy reach outlets and that pop-up power tower with household and USB plugs are great. And since we are a little bit taller, they could put a little bit taller cabinet in here that has a shelf and your important bells and whistles and switches and stuff. They're away from the kids. Now, another quick note here while we're looking up heading toward the bedroom. You have a switch for all these main lights, which is nice because it's tall, but you can still control them individually. And on that note, as long as we're talking about lighting and ease of access and activation, the two lights directly above the bed, that beautiful accent wall right there, those you can reach from the bed. But this set of lights above us, you know, you'd have to kind of climb on the bed. Now, I'm tall. I can reach it no sweat. But you don't want to climb on the bed to get to it. Thankfully, you don't have to because they include for us a handy little light switch. Now, this is a Camp Queen. All Catalinas are Camp Queens. However, if you look, you see how much space is left at the end of the bed. It is true queen capable and still able to be walked around. So what bed and what size is in this RV is frankly up to you. And also, they leave these side stands open a little bit for, you know, so you don't feel claustrophobic if you wanted to. You could throw a king bed in here and just have it kind of slide under those side stands a little bit. And frankly, you'd be fine. Several RV brands do that successfully. No one really has issues with it. There are household and USB plugs on both sides of the bed, which is another of those legacy differences from the Summit series. But then over here, behind the entertainment center, next to the pantry, we have this big bonus dresser and closet space. And like I said, if there's one thing that these guys know, it is storage. They give you the space and the storage of a slide out without the weight and the cost of a slide out. And that's all good. This would be our view as we leave the master bedroom. This is a little more obvious, I think, for some reason from this angle. It's easier to see that it is taller, but obviously we got this nice big open space. You know, full panoramic big windows, max size windows through the super slide, overlooking that dining table, which once again is sealed. It folds down to a larger sleeper. You got the pillows there you can use to smack your husband, ladies, if he won't give you the TV remote. It must be something that runs in my family, because something that the guys in my family do, we'll hit the channel guide, and you know how sometimes the channel guide on the TV has like the tiny picture-in-picture so you can still watch, see what you were watching, and then we'll get transfixed on the tiny moving box so that instead of using the entire TV, we're only watching the little picture-in-picture screen, and then I get hit by a pillow. Am I the only one? I know I can't be. If that happens to you, let me know. Double bunk windows, they both open for airflow. The curtains are just kind of blocking the center beam on that bottom one a little bit, but they both do open for airflow. There's USB plugs for the lower bunk, and I try to be fair in my videos. Why there aren't USB plugs also for the top bunk, I'm not sure, but the lower bunk USB plugs are close enough to the top bunk, I think you could still just wrap a cable around the corner and make it work. Privacy curtain to close that off, but I like the open air ladder wall. Makes it look and feel large. Plus that wide open cargo pocket below. You want to talk a shoe garage? You got yourself a big old shoe garage. You got a shoe barn. The taller ceiling is also very welcome for somebody like me here in the bathroom, because it means I don't have to stand with my head in the bubble to take a shower. You don't have to add stuff to this bathroom. It has the power fan, the skylight, the full surround paneling. That's just standard Catalina stuff. More of that sealed edge counter space that we already talked about, and they put a big vanity in this thing and medicine cabinet, so that it just keeps going as I scroll around here. Yeah, you can keep all your toothbrushes, and you got a whole family's worth of stuff in here. You don't want it cluttering up that precious amount of limited countertop space that we have available to us. Below that front bed, we've got ourselves a large pass-through compartment right here. And, whether it's the big folding chairs or lawn games for the kids, or just totes for, your sewer stuff or picnic stuff, which hopefully, oh God, are not the same tote. You've got plenty of space for it, basically. I do like the look of these. The little kind of, the linear lines, the modern shape and styling, the accent colors, everything on this looks pretty darn good. Power awning with a neat little power channel on it. So like if you have, there's these little lights and fans that you can hook up to it and kind of have extra accessories on your awning, which, people hang out lights off their awnings all the time. Maybe a little bit less now that more awnings come with their own lighting, but you get the idea. Power tongue jack as well does the heavy lifting for you for getting hooked up and unhooked, and you can see tinted windows all the way around. And that's one of those things that not every trailer does in this classic category. It's maybe about a 50-50 feature. It will do wonders toward keeping the heat down in the camper and keeping the sun out of the RV. Pull the shades down inside and it'll, do even more of those wonders. Also over here, we have a seal gripping, leak preventing slide wall system, and they have a triple sealed slide. So you've got 2 wiper seals plus an interior or exterior bulb seal, depending on which way the slide is currently situated. Additionally, all Catalina Legacies have what is an optional feature on the summits, and that is the enclosed underbelly here for that extra protection and peace of mind. And take a look at that outside shower behind the slide right there. Notice how it actually mounts a little bit higher, so you can actually use it like an outside shower. And it's funny how that's just such an uncommon quality in this business. There just aren't many trailers that are doing anything like that. We have a 5/8 tongue and groove plywood floor deck with 16-inch on-center studs basically all the way around the floor, walls, and roof, which has a 3/8 fully walkable decking up top. So if it's, whether you're trying to get up there for maintenance and upkeep or if it's snow loads, it is rated to handle that. We do like to put the spare tire on all these. I hope you never need it, of course. And our little low-profile camp kitchen just in front of that optional MORryde stable step. Those are 2 things you're going to put your hands on and use and touch basically every day. Even if you're not cooking out here, and that's not a MORryde, I'm sorry, that's the LCI stable step, but the stable step system, you get the idea. Just someone's going to mention, hey, you said the wrong name. Yes, I'm aware. So our little slide out camp kitchen, even if you're not cooking out here, having that refrigerator access, and remember that fridge plus that bigger optional 10.7 cubic foot fridge inside gives this thing over 12 cubic foot of cold storage, which rivals luxury fifth wheels. The little leash link down here, handy for the pets, also handy for keeping, maybe the kids' bikes from running around at night without them. And just like inside, this is all sealed edge pressed membrane countertops. I like the little bottle opener there. But you see, you got a free floating Coleman camp grill. I like it's got its own little kind of garage, because what that does is it leaves this countertop space next to the sink open so you can actually use it. So as I mentioned, with the wrong name initially, optional stable steps here, but these, especially with this being close to the bathroom, kids are going to be in and out all day. It'll keep them from rocking and rolling the trailer like crazy. Now, a couple things here. We've got outside TV hookups, which is cool, but they are right above a aluminum fender skirt. But what I like about it versus a plastic skirt, one, it's shiny, looks neat. 2, it's not going to fail. Plastic skirting can get brittle from the sun, wind buffeting could wiggle it apart, and that's never going to be an issue here. And here is a better look. I mentioned that power channel on the awning. Here's what this thing looks like. So it comes with like a little light or fan, or there's different accessories that can go into these. And very, very handy, the spotlight, well, it's actually a floodlight, but it can pivot and turn around different directions. So if you want to focus the light inward on your campsite at night so you can stay out a little bit longer and not bother the neighbor, it's just a neat little accessory and something that Catalina thought of. And I mean, you can just tell people that build this, they go camping. You can see the difference in the logic in the design. So if you like what you see, give us a call, because we do it all at Haylett RV. Hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything between. We don't do hidden dealer fees. We just do everything else. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy Catalina camping, everyone.